Hey guys, we've just got a quick video today. I'm just going to quickly run through some of our camping essentials and some of our favourite things that we like to use when we go camping. More specifically today, I'm going to be talking about some of our equipment in the Ranger and what sort of stays in there and what we use. We do have a video on our channel going through the setup of the Ranger, but obviously it's not in depth as some of the things that I'm going to talk about today. And we've also changed a few things since we filmed that video. Opened up the kitchen side of the Ranger. Got the Bushman fridge. This is a 80 litre fridge. This has been in here for about 2 years and we've had no issues with it. It works great every time we use it. Has about the perfect amount of storage. When we do about our 1 week trips, we can fit a few things in the small freezer and then enough food for the week. However, sometimes with drinks, there's not enough room, but if you're not including drinks, it's pretty good. We can just take an esky with us if we're taking a lot of drinks and we want them cold. Alright, so in our first cupboard here is our pantry. This is where we keep a lot of our essentials like cling wrap, alfoil, tea towels, paper towel, oil, seasoning and that sort of things. It's easy to grab, not having to dig through everything to find those things. Alright, so in our next drawer we've got our pots and pans. So at this point we've just been using cheap Kmart equipment for all our cooking stuff, which does its job. Over 2 years since we bought some of this stuff and it's still going good. Also got our kettle in here. This is the one that we're using at the moment. It's just one of the ones that we've bought from one of the camping for driving shows. It's pretty good. However, we had a couple of issues with it where if you fill it up past a certain point and tip it, it will actually come out because of the weight. And then you risk the run of tipping boiling water all over you, which is not fun. So we do need to look at getting a new kettle because this one's just not working great. Definitely an essential for boiling water if you want your hot drinks or as well as doing your dishes. For our dishes, in this little slot I have got a pop-up sink that we use. Going on like 1 or 2 day trips, we tend not to do dishes unless we really need to, and we'll just stuck them in here, bring them home and put them in the dishwasher because it's a lot easier, because a lot of the time you can't wash dishes as well as you'd like to out in the bush, so they end up still being half dirty anyway, so it's just easier to tuck them in here and bring them home and wash them in the dishwasher. We do need it, we do use it. And then we've also got this one, which is our drying rack, which is something that haven't had for too long, but it's quite useful. Instead of spending the time hand drying it with a tea towel, you can just chuck it in here underneath it on our table and just leave them to dry out in the sun. Be useful. I think this one was from Coles maybe, in their special buys that they do. Probably about $15. And the sink, I mean, you can buy these pretty much anywhere for about the same price. Just live down the side here between the fridge and the edge of the car. A few other bits and pieces that are randomly stuck in there. We have also got a wire toaster in here which is missing the wire. I don't know where the wire is for it, which just goes to show that we don't use this. Tend not to have toast that much when we go camping. We just have the bread. I think this is probably not a necessity for us we could get away with not having it. And just the fact that the wire is missing just goes to show that we don't actually use it. So onto our next cupboard. This is our food storage. So we keep all our dry foods, crackers, biscuits, chips, noodles, good old pancake mix. They're all just kept in there. A lot of this stuff lives in here, stays in here. Just the stuff that you know is able to stay in there, like our good old tin of Milo and the tomato sauce. They just live in there. So we know that they weren't in there when we get ready to go camping. Next drawer, we've got all our dishes. So we've got bowls, small plates, big plates, cups. We've got our coffee mugs. These are new ones that we've just bought. An Aldi special between $5 and $10 for these ones. We haven't tried them yet, so we'll see how they go. but we didn't actually have any mugs in here, which was a pain when it came to making hot drinks. So it'll be good to have these and try these out. So we've got them, and then obviously all our spatulas, all those bits and pieces. There are a few things in here that rarely get used. We've got a potato masher, a tin opener, just those few things that sometimes you might need and someone else might not have them. I'm always known for the person that has everything in here ready to go. Quite often we get people come over and ask, hey, have you got this? Have you got that? We've always got all the random bits and pieces that some people forget. In the last drawer is our cutlery drawer. She's full at the moment. Normally, sometimes she can look a bit sparse. Bit of an engineering fail here. They actually jump under into this drawer when we're doing off-roading and stuff. One day we opened the drawer and we had no cutlery in here. Took up everything apart to clean it because we'd had firelighters go everywhere. And we took this drawer out, and yeah, all our cutlery was underneath this drawer. So that's something that we do need to fix. But yeah, we just have a big range of cutlery in here, and a deck of playing cards always comes in handy. After 2 and a bit years of use, we've definitely got some adjustments that need to be made. It works pretty well for what it is. There's definitely some things that could do with updating. The LED lights that I've got up here are cheap ones from BCF. They work okay. They're not the best. I think we've actually lost the remote for them, so we can't change the colour for them at the moment. But we will be upgrading these shortly to something a little bit better quality. Another plan for this side is to make a bench that can clip onto here and then obviously come out so that we can put our cooker on it. We usually use this table behind me, but when you're trying to prep and cook, you can easily run out of room. So that's something that we'd like to build for the setup. Talking about cookers, we have a Wanderer gas cooker, which lives in this little crate along with its gas bottle. Also have had this for 2.5 years and have had no issues with it. It works great. We haven't even had to replace the gas bottle, I believe. That could be a lie. But I believe that we haven't refilled the gas bottle. So pretty good on gas usage as well. It's just a simple fold out one that's got the wind barriers, 2 burner. Serves its purpose, it does well. When we bought it, I believe it would have been around 120, and it's definitely worth that. We've gotten the use out of it, it's still good. So, but yeah, so it lives on the other side when we're out camping and then gets taken out when we get home. I'm going to head around the other side and run through some of our other favourite camping things that we've got. So we're on the other side of the car now. So this is our storage side where we keep everything. How this looks all depends on where we're going, how long we're going. Sometimes it can be full all the way up to the top, and other times it can have barely anything in it. Here we've got a couple of tubs of water. Obviously you need water when you go camping. It's also good if you have any car issues or anything, you obviously need water. So we always keep one in here that can be used for the car and not necessarily drinking. Got the ladder for the rooftop tent, just is kept in here. This is a newer purchase. It is a portable shower with a foot pump. We've used it once or twice. Still need to do a bit more trial and error with it to get it to work properly. In theory, it works great. Yeah, we had a few issues with it, but I think that's more user error than necessarily the product. One that we picked up from the Perth 4 Drive show, 30-40 bucks maybe. So we'll definitely try this one out a bit more. Probably will end up in the Patrol, as that's the car that's currently got the shower tent on it. Also got the air compressor in here. It was originally in my side boxes, but we thought it's probably a good idea to switch it over into here, as my side boxes are never locked. So we switch it over into here as this is lockable. We have got our chairs in here as well. Currently there's only one of them in here. The other one is in the patrol. At the moment we are using Wanderer chairs from BCF. I've had this for about 3 years now. No issues with it. It's comfy, does its purpose, you know, does what a chair does. Riley has upgraded his chair to one of the reclining chairs, one of the Wanderer reclining chairs. All our mates have one of them, so he felt a bit left out, so he thought that he would get one of them as well. He also has one of these just normal Wanderer chairs, so he sort of switches between the two depending on what he feels like doing. Personally, I find that the Wanderer reclining chairs are not comfortable to just sit in. They're great for reclining, but I feel they're not as comfortable as a normal chair just for sitting in. So that's why I've stuck with my normal chair and haven't upgraded. Obviously, we've got the battery in here that runs our fridge, lights, and just anything else that we need, like charging our phones and that. It has just got a normal battery in it, and it's okay. I think it's on its way out though. 2.5 years, pretty good. It gets used a lot, obviously with a fridge and that. Probably will look at upgrading to a lithium battery. Riley is running a lithium battery in his car from Kings. Hasn't had it for very long, but he did trip up to Exmouth with it and he had no issues with it. So I think that we're going to look at getting one of those to put in here to upgrade that system. And I think we're just going to shift a few things around in the back here. Another one of our essential things when we go camping or for driving or anywhere really is a first aid kit. So this one is one that I purchased from Woolies, I believe, about $30. It comes stocked with all your bits and bobs that you would need, and then I've just added some medication to it, so Panadol and a few other bits and pieces that you need, alcohol wipes, just a few things that it was missing I've added to it. It's important to have one of these when you go camping. You know, sometimes accidents happen and it's always good to be prepared for those. So we have a first aid kit in both of our cars that are stocked. Just kept in the back of my car in my seat organisers. I've got cheap Kmart seat organisers in the back of my car. They do fine for me. I had them for a while and I've had no issues with them. However, we had one in the patrol and it did break, but I think that's just with the use of it. Pulling stuff in and out, and especially with the bed frame that we had in there, it just got ripped and that. So we've upgraded that one. But mine, going well, going good. And that's where this is kept, in one of those pockets, easy to access if we need to. So obviously one of the biggest things when you go camping is where you're going to sleep. So originally we started out with a tent and then we moved to the swag, and recently we upgraded to a Mark III Kings rooftop tent on the top of the Ranger. Value wise, I think it's great. I definitely think that it's worth the money and saving that little bit. Yes, it is thicker than some of the other ones that you can find out there, but obviously they're 5 to 8k, whereas this one's only 1.5 to 2, depending on if it's on special or not. The only issue that we have with it is the mattress thickness. I've spoken about this a couple of times in some of our other camping videos. Tried putting a blow-up foam mattress on top of it, and that was too thick, so the rooftop tent wouldn't shut. But the next solution was putting eggshells on it. It has made some difference. It has made it a little bit more comfortable. However, you can feel the two beams that run down it. Actually, if you're a side sleeper, you can feel them. We're still trying to work out a solution to make it a little bit more comfortable. But other than that, we have no issues with it. It works great. We've already gone camping once where we had a surprise thunderstorm and we had no water come in, so that's great. There's something that goes along with the rooftop tent that we use very regularly is the Kings fan and light. Works great in just circulating a bit of the air, and the light is good. However, it drains the batteries very quickly. So if you're going to purchase that one, make sure that you have the big D batteries with you, as it does go flat quite quickly. It uses a lot of power with the fan. One of the other pieces of equipment that we do have that we don't use as much now is a solar panel. When we first started camping, we used it a lot as we were going on longer trips. But now, as you know, we're adults, both have jobs, we don't get to go out as much as we used to. It's generally just for quick weekend trips where we don't need it, as the battery is able to last enough on the fridge. It is a good piece of equipment to have if you're obviously doing longer trips where you're not driving, staying in the one spot, because your battery will run out. I feel that Rexy's set up great. Definitely think that if we just wanted to pick up and leave and go travel around Australia, that we could definitely do this in the car. Obviously, it's not set up the best for driving, but in a touring aspect, it's got everything we need. Modifications could be made just to make it that little bit more comfortable. But the way that it is set up now, we could definitely pack up and leave and go and live out of it. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And comment down below if there's any questions you guys have about Rexy and the setup or any of our camping equipment that we use.